Hey everybody, Zero here, with yet another unboxing. This one's a bit different than my normal stuff. As far as my hobbies go, I'm into tabletop wargaming, as most of you guys know. RC cars, airsoft. I also go shooting, on occasion. I have several other hobbies, like my Star Wars hobbies, the lightsaber collection, my Star Wars action figure collection, but I am also a collector of diecast cars. And I know I haven't really done anything on this channel about that, but I figured I just picked a new one up and I wanted to show you guys what it was, and maybe you guys are interested, maybe you're not. It's not for everybody, but I don't collect a lot of them, but I have in the past, and I've lost a bunch, and on and off I'll pick some up when I see something I like and stuff like that. But these are pretty cool. They just recently came out. They're not super new, but it's new to me. So I got this off of Amazon, as you can see. Not too expensive. This is the Jada Toys metal diecast series, of the Batman series. And this one specifically is the Arkham Knight Batmobile. And like I said, I just recently picked it up. It's been out for a while, but I just was able to get it. Kind of took my time on it. I got some of the other ones from this series, some of my favorite ones, and if everybody's interested, I'll do some unboxings of those too. But I figured I had this one, I might as well show you guys what's up. So they have, right now they have the '89 Tim Burton, the Tumbler in multiple colors. This one, they have the Val Kilmer Batmobile, the Batman Forever Batmobile. They have the '66 Batmobile from the TV series, and they also have the Justice League Batmobile from the new Justice League movie. Some of those I have. I don't have all of them, but again, I wanted to show this off. I think this is a really cool series from Jada. Up until this point, I think Hot Wheels had some of the licensing for the Batmobiles, and they did like the Hot Wheel Elite series, but they're so expensive. I just never bothered with those, and they were like 1/18 scale, so they're pretty big, and I don't have a lot of space to store these or even to display them, which I would love to do. But these are actually 1/24 series die-cast, so it lends itself a little better to displaying because you've got a little more room. Cart are a little smaller, and it comes with these really cool full die-cast figures. Not the greatest, but pretty cool. I'm gonna pop this open, or try to. Let's see if we can get this bad boy out of the box here. I just recently, and I know I'm late, but I just recently started playing Arkham Knight. I picked it up last year at Christmas with the PlayStation, and I hadn't had a chance to play it, and I just recently started playing it. And it's a pretty cool game. I mean, it's Batman. Something's stuck in there. Let's try the other side. From what I understand, these are pretty complicated to get out of the packaging. I don't know why they did that. Some people are saying you even you destroy the packaging just trying to get these guys out. But hopefully it's not. Yeah, it's all taped up in here. So, alright. Packaging is all jacked up in here. There we go. I'm going to try to save the box because I'd like to put it back in once I'm done, you know, taking a look at it. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's all black. It's like flat black with some silver accents and things like that. But still pretty cool. Let me pause this for a second because I'm going to need to get a screwdriver to unzip this guy from the base. All right, hang on. Okay. After much finesse, I got him out. These screws in here were very, very difficult to work with. One is almost stripped out completely. They had the same size head, which was a Phillips and standard, so it's got the cross. But I had to use two different tools to get them out because one was just not coming out. Batman, you have to completely tear out of his stand to get him out. So that's unfortunate. Kind of sucks because you gotta like really go through a lot to get them out, which means chances of you repackaging that is going to be minimal. And I don't know if they did that on purpose or if they just it didn't matter to them. But there's Batman. And there's the Batmobile. So Batman, it's a die-cast figure. And he's in the Arkham Knight costume. He has a very simple paint scheme. He's got some cool gold here, but it's black and gray. There's very little paint application on the face, just the skin tone. Matter of fact, there's no shading or anything. I mean, it is what it is. It's a die-cast figure, but maybe I can touch it up with some wash, you know, paint it like I do my miniatures, maybe get a better look out of Batman. He comes with a rubbery cape, and it's got like some kind of marking there, copyright and stuff. It's kind of cheesy. There's Batman, standing in his Batman pose. He stands up pretty good on his own, you know. So the Batmobile is pretty good looking. It looks like it's to scale with him. I'm not sure how tall. Hold up. Batman is about almost 3 inches tall. If you go from his ear, the tips of his ears, he's about 3 inches tall. And the Batmobile is 8.5 inches long by it's a little over 2.5 inches tall. Yeah, a little over almost 3 inches tall. It's got that front end with the lights. It's kind of interesting. The outside wheels rotate together. These two here, they rotate together, and then the inside wheels rotate independently. But they also have this little brace here. Looks like the steering arms, but they kind of move with the wheels. So I don't know if you can see that. So it's like a loose part. The back's just like that too, so I don't think it's just a loose part. I think it's just part of the design. Back wheels are the same. The outsides rotate together, and then the insides rotate independently. But they also connected to these brackets here, or the braces, and you see they wiggle. So there's very little detail underneath. There is markings there. It says 1/24 scale. It's got the cool calipers, huge calipers in there. So they got the silver paint app, and they've got some silver up top here too. It's like a goldish more than it is silver. It's like a brass or gold. They also have some on the back there and there. So it says diecast, but I feel like a majority of this car is plastic. The bottom, the sides, side panels, canopy. So it looks like the top deck is diecast because the rest is all plastic. Back, this little fin here is rubber. You see it wiggles. Most of the details here are plastic. Canopy opens up. If I'm not mistaken though, that's inaccurate. So if I'm not mistaken, the whole canopy on the car rotates, like lifts up forward. You know, so Batman can do his drop-in thing that he does in the game. This whole thing moves forward and up. But on here, they just have it lift low like that. Excuse me. There's detail in there. So there is a seat. Looks almost like a racing seat. It's got a little bit of a steering wheel in there. Nothing fancy. You know. All in all, pretty cool looking. You know, it's got a cool look to it. You know, it's not my favorite Batmobile, but it is very cool. It's literally like a cross between the Tumbler and the Justice League Batmobile. So it's kind of like they just made an in-between for the video game. Now, I do like the Arkham Asylum Batmobile. That's actually a really cool Batmobile because it's very close to the '89 Batmobile, which is my favorite. But this is a pretty cool Batmobile. I mean, it looks very close to the game. Like I said, if he's just standing there, you just have Batman there. Standing there, it looks pretty cool. You know, it looks like he's getting ready to start some trouble. Rolls alright. You can actually hear the treads on the rubber wheels because the wheels are actually rubber. It's like a hard rubber, or it's either a hard rubber or a really soft plastic. I feel like it's a hard rubber. Any chrome? No. The lights do have the little white clear inserts, and there is some kind of weapon in there. I don't know. I can't remember what it was, but I know there's definitely something in there. You can see in the grill. Unfortunately, it's all black, so it's like you really can't see a lot of detail on here. Like at far, you got to get real close because technically, I thought the car was like a dark gray, like a gunmetal or dark gray. You know, so it doesn't have any lights painted in the back. I noticed that. They would probably be right here. This little hatch right there would be the lights. There's no paint inside the turbine, which, you know, it is what it is. I could actually add all that stuff if I really wanted to. I would have liked to have seen some lights at least painted in the back. And then the little details, like there's markings here in the game, and there's markings here, you know. But, you know, for the price of these cars, they're actually really, really cheap compared to like I said, the Hot Wheels line, which is really, really expensive. you know. And again, the paint apps are real basic. They're done well. They're just real basic, you know. Batman's like gray and black, like I said, with a gold belt. So I'll try to get this on the rotating thing, my rotating tray, so you guys can take a quicker look or better look at it. But yeah, not too bad for the Jada Toys Metal Series Batmobiles. Like I said, I have some other ones, but this is the first one I actually took out of the package. You know, my biggest complaint is the packaging. It's really difficult to get the figures in and out of there. It shouldn't be that complicated, and it shouldn't be to the point where you destroy the packaging. So like I said, I got the outside box still, but that inside portion is pretty much ruined. I'll try to salvage it just to get the car back in there so I can store it until I'm ready to display it. But up until that point, you know, packaging is pretty lame. So far though, car is pretty cool. Like I said, statically, it's got that look. It's got the look of the Batmobile in the game. It's really cool looking. At first, I didn't like this car. When you start playing the game, I found it to be very difficult and, you know, very aggravating. And I also found it to be like overused in the game. But whatever, it's grown on me. I like the whole principle of it, and I love the whole slow motion, you know, where Batman jumps in the car. I mean, if you play the game, you know what I'm talking about. It's just a really cool little thing that they did. But all right, you know, that's it. That's my opinion. The Jada Toys 124th Diecast Batmobile from Arkham Knight. All right, guys, thanks for watching.